show tonight ringside comes to you live and exclusive from the Watford Town Hall, where there's a great atmosphere and anticipation is high for what could be a classic night's boxing. With two good fights for you, here's what you can expect. First up, you'll see Alan Hall, double ABA champion. He fights Dave Pierre. The winner will fight for the British title. And this man owns the British title. Wally Swift, the British light middleweight champion. And there's the challenger, Andy Stoneface Till. Two tougher men you'll never meet. First time round in '89, Andy Till on the floor in the second round. But at the end of the night, he was the winner on points. It was a classic confrontation. This one has all the makings of a similar fight. First up, Alan Hall against Dave Pierre. That's an eliminator for the British title. And then the fight we're here for, really, Andy Stoneface Till against Wally Swift. 12 3-minute rounds for the British light middleweight championship. And with me here tonight, as always, my regular sparring partner, Gary Mason. Gary, great atmosphere.
It's a brilliant atmosphere. It's good to come back to one of the small hall shows and see that it's so packed. Everybody's here packed to the rafters. Harry Holland deserves a lot of credit because you've got two small hall fighters, managers, and they're managing to put on a big show in this way, and it's a credit to the sport and a credit to both Harry Holland and Wally Swift Senior. And
the most expensive ticket at ringside is £30.
Yes, and it does go to show that people can get enjoyment for a little bit of money.
And the main event that's going to be a hell of a fight.
It's going to be a classic. It was a classic the last time, wasn't it? And this time I think it's going to be equally just another miniature classic.
In the trade, I mean, the whole boxing trade are talking about this fight. It could be the domestic clash of the year.
Yes, it has a realistic chance because it almost come in the runnings for that the last time. But what the added incentive this time is, what might make it better than the last time, is that there's a title at stake.
Exactly. You know? Absolutely right. Well, we all have our own opinions of who's going to win tonight, but what do you think? Firstly, let's hear from some of the gentlemen concerned in respect of tonight's big fight.
Strong Wally Swift, and after the first fight, the punches that he took and he still stayed there, I'm looking for a distance job. If Andy finishes earlier, then that's great. But myself personally, I think it's going to be a very, very hard fight. And incidentally, as a commercial, you better watch it because it's going to be some hell of a fight.
Yeah, I'm sure we both trained hard, and hopefully, well, if the viewers are watching that, I'm sure they're in for a good night.
Swifty's a very good boxer, but Andy Till's a very strong boy. I've known him since I was 15 years old, and I've been in the gym with him. And last week he was sparring with a cruiserweight. He's very, very strong, and I think he's going to win. Andy Till.
Right, I reckon Andy Till's going to win in the 7th round on cuts, because old Wally Swift's a bit on the eyes, isn't he? A bit plastic surgery, so it'll be on the 7th round in cuts.
Andy Till in the 6th round.
Wally Swift cuts very easily. I think Till might stop him on cuts. Barring cuts, because Swift cuts up pretty badly, I think Swift should win it. But if it gets rough, Till should come through.
I think it's going to be Andy Till. It's going to be stopped in the 8th.
I fancy Wally Swift to win because he has the greater skill and the greater speed, but he does cut, and that's going to be the main problem. And if Andy can cut him, Andy can win.
My bet is Andy Till about the 6th or 7th.
We'll hear more about that young lady later on. A lot of people going for Till. I know he's from Northoak, local favourite. Where's your money?
Well, I'm going to stick with the Swifts. I think it's going to be a very, very close fight, an evenly contested fight, but because of the respect I have for Wally Swift Senior, I'm going to go on the Swift side.
I'll go along with that. I've got a lot of respect for the Swifts, but having been in the gym and trained, looking at Andy, he is so strong. Yeah. The money's on Till. We'll see. Well, as well as Gary and I, we have our regular commentary team down at ringside. They, of course, being Glenn McCrory and Ian Dark. Gentlemen, good night's boxing ahead.
I think it's going to be an excellent night boxing, and it might be pretty dramatic as well. I'm loath to give a prediction to this one. I notice all the Andy Till fans are out there thinking he's going to win the fight. Well, that you might say they would say that, wouldn't they? But Wally Swift has been written off once or twice before, and he is a very, very gritty customer. It's going to be exciting, Glenn.
It's going to be a very good fight. Very hard to pick a winner. It was a tremendous fight last time, but I think Swift can maybe just do with his better boxing if the cuts, all injuries don't hamper him. So I'm going for Swift.
I know that Wally Swift's mum's here. She's got a lucky blouse. She says she's never seen her son lose while she's been wearing it. One other story we ought to bring you up to date on while we've got Glenn here. You're making a comeback, aren't you, old man?
That's right. A little bit less of the old man, thanks very much. Yes, I'm going to fight in 2 weeks' time, October the 3rd, in Paris.
And who's that going to be against?
It's a bit of a mouthful. Lamassa Chibamba, who, this year he beat Jean Chenet and he went the distance with Henry Aganwandi. So he's a good quality fighter.
And McCrory to win, of course.
Well, let's hope so, yes.
That's Glenn coming back, but of course we've got more urgent matters on our minds right here.
Well, we wish Glenn all the best for that comeback, and we'll keep you posted what happens. Well, interestingly enough, a little bit of history was made here earlier tonight. Lisa Budd became the first female Master of Ceremonies in British fight history. She is announcing the undercard fights this evening. Here's a little sample from earlier on.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this point of the evening, it is my privilege to hand over and introduce to you Britain's first lady MC, Lisa Budd.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest for this evening is a lightweight contest over 6 two-minute rounds. Introducing to you, in the red corner, wearing the blue shorts, from Portsmouth, Jason Lepre. And introducing to you, in the blue corner, with the black and white trunks, from Watford, Con Cronin. At the weigh-in today, Lepre scaled 9 stone 9 pounds and Cronin scaled 9 stone 8. Your referee for this contest is Ken Curtis and your timekeeper Danny Peacock.
She did an excellent job, and we wish Lisa all the best for any future promotions that she does. Time now for a quick break, but after that, the first of our featured bouts tonight. It's a light welterweight clash between Dave Pierre and Alan Hall. Hall, a WABA champion, looking to get a crack at the British title. That's next on Ringside. Welcome back to the Watford Town Hall. Next up, Till v Swift. In the expectation of that fight is getting to me already. First, let's get a quick update from Charlie Thomas back in the studio of all the latest football news.
Thanks, Gary, and a very good evening to you. Well,
welcome back to Ringside, just in time for the singing. I told you they're going to go nutty. Before we proceed with tonight's main event, a perfect opportunity to remind you of what will be one of the biggest fights this country has ever seen. Lennox Lewis against Razor Ruddock. Lennox, simply a man on a mission. There you go. Only one place you can see that fight, live and exclusive to Sky Sports, October the 31st, Lennox Lewis against Razor Ruddock. And if you want to win some tickets for that, watch Ringside next week. We'll start a competition. You can win a pair of Ringside tickets. And so, to Andy Till and Wally Swift, an interesting couple of boxers. Swift, of course, from a good boxing pedigree, courtesy of his father, Wally Sr. And Till, nicknamed Stoneface, who should have had a crack at this title before, but lost the opportunity in a moment of madness when he got disqualified. Let's take a closer look at the men who battle it out in tonight's main event.
the best man will definitely win, I think, and hopefully that's going to be me.
I'll smash it for pieces.
Well, I know where my money is. My money's on Andy. I just think he's the stronger fighter. You?
Well, I'm going the other way because I think the stronger fighter is on the other side.
Really? Yeah. Both got good chins, both as hard as nails.
One thing that everybody is guaranteed is a battle, a real fight for a title. And I think they'll do the show, the promotions, the promoters. I think they'll do everybody proud tonight, both of them.
Let's get to it. Moments away now then from what could be the domestic fight of the year, and you can sense the anticipation in the crowd. Let's go straight down to ringside and rejoin Glenn and Ian.
And some of the singing has already started among the rival fans. The two fighters about to make their way into the ring. And just to remind you here, every single ticket has been sold. I imagine there were one or two people who turned up hoping to get in on the night who were told, sorry, no places available. Great atmosphere, Glenn, isn't it?
It's a fabulous atmosphere. It looks to be a very good fight. Two very, very tough men. Both of them come to fight, and I think it should be a very exciting battle.
Well, you might not read an awful lot about these two in the newspapers, but within the boxing trade, believe me, this is an eagerly anticipated contest. And the first man to come out will be the man with tremendous local support here, Andy Till, the milkman from Norfolk. Harry Holland leaving him out. It's a big night for Andy Till. It's the first time that he's ever been in for a British Championship, and he could not be more ready for this, he says, if he was fighting for the world title itself.
Oh, he's going to be very keyed up for this fight. It's a big fight. You know, he's got an awful lot of support. He obviously wants the British title very, very badly. And I think he only knows how to fight one way. Very tough, very strong. And he's going to give his all.
That is the WBC International title for fighters ranked between 10 and 30, which they're carrying in the ring. It's not at stake here tonight. The real bauble, and a much more important one, is the Championship of Great Britain, which every British-born fighter wants to win. Andy Till always has that shaven skull, and you can see now why they call him Stoneface.
Yes, he's not scared to take a few on the face, and a very tough man.
Only 2 defeats out of 18 fights for him. One of them was to Dean Scarf, the other one a disqualification against Ensley Bingham when he was thrown out in the 3rd round for elbowing his man in the back of the head. And that cost him an earlier opportunity to become a British champion. He sparred 120 rounds in the last 8 weeks, Glenn.
Yes, I've heard he's been looking very good in the gym. He's been sparring with everybody, from cruiserweights down, and he's been knocking them all about a bit. He obviously wants to win very much.
Some of those cruiserweights and light heavyweights have not bothered to come back again. That's the kind of form he's been in, and they've been speeding him up in recent weeks with sparring against fighters of a lighter weight as well.
Well, that will do him, a power of good to get his speed and his reflexes, because Wally Swift, he looks a tough guy, but he does have quite good boxing ability, and he's got quite fast hands.
Incidentally, the bookmakers make Andy Till 11-10 against for this fight, with Wally Swift at 7-4 on. Now that seems at variance with most fight trade opinion. They see it very much as a 50-50 even money kind of fight, maybe leaning slightly towards Till.
Yes, a lot of the people that have been questioned, a lot of people in the fight game think that, and all maybe edging towards Till. I think Swift's very cool, smiling there, coming out. A great little character, and I think I'll just give him the edge, barring cuts or injuries.
Wally Swift, his last fight was an unsuccessful bid to become European champion, and he lost against Jean-Claude Fontana in France, and his face was pretty swollen up after that one. But he's made 2 defences of the British title, and if he makes it 3, tonight, or he wins his third British Championship fight. Let's get that absolutely right. He wins the Lonsdale belt outright, which is a great motivation for most fighters. But Wally Swift was saying, well, that's neither here nor there, really. I just want to win the fight.
Yes, he's that sort of person. I mean, you know, that's all he want to do. He want to win. The trappings that come along with it, he's not that bothered about it. I think he's the sort of character that enjoys fighting, and he just wants to win.
That's his record. More defeats on it. More experience, much more experience than Andy Till in terms of rounds boxed.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please be standing for the national anthem? Thank you.
Once it started, you just finished it. You only called it by a second.
The national anthem. Tonight is Mike Goodall.
Ladies and gentlemen, live on Sky Sports, this is the main event of the evening, sponsored by the Daily Star. Halley Holland Promotions are proud to present a contest of 12 3-minute rounds to decide the light middleweight championship of Great Britain. Presenting in the red corner, wearing the yellow trunks, the challenger, the WBC International Light Middleweight Champion from Norfolk, Andy Till.
Crowd on their feet in support of Till here.
And in the blue corner, the light middleweight champion of Great Britain, wearing the blue trunks from Birmingham, Wally Swift Jr. At the weigh-in today, Till scaled at 10 stone 12 3/4 pounds, Swift 10 stone 12 pounds. Your officials for this contest appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control, the timekeeper Mr Danny Peacock, the referee Mr Mickey Van from Leeds.
So we're all set to go here. Wally Swift, the 12th, only the 12th, British light middleweight champion. The division was only started in 1973 in this country. Past holders have included Chris Pyatt and Maurice Hope, who of course went on to be a world champion. The 11-stone division, Swift the champion in the blue trunks, Andy Till in his first ever British title fight in the yellow. And you can expect this to be a grueling and exciting and perhaps dramatic long fight for the championship.
Well, there's not much feeling on this one. Till comes straight out with a few left jabs and look quite sharp.
Good right from Swift, who's found his timing straight away. They fought before, remember, in 1989 when Till got off the floor to win a points verdict.
Well, both men look quite sharp and they're not wasting much time.
One big problem that Swift has is that in a lot of his fights, he's tended to get very swollen around the face. His lips have been cut, and some people are wondering whether injuries might become a factor in this fight. We'll see.
A couple of nice shots from Swift just before that. He threw a straight right hand and then doubled it up with a right uppercut. and he's getting off with his jab.
Swift really is a gritty kind of customer. Great chin. And he's got a very short reach. He's quite used to getting inside and mixing with his opponents. And he needs that resilience when he gets in close like that and has to trade.
Yes, he works well with them short shots inside, and he's already through a couple of nice uppercuts. But Till's keeping his hands up very tight.
Till just starting to warm to the task and letting the punches flow for the first time, really. In this opening round so far, Swift has just made the faster start.
Yes, he's got off a little bit faster with his jab, but Till looks very strong.
Only 3/4 of a pound between them at the lunchtime weigh-in. Till the 12 ounces heavier.
Till's only slightly heavier, but he does look, to have quite a physical advantage. He has a couple of inches in height, and he does look the bigger man.
Football-style chants in support of Till, who comes from Northolt, not so very far from Watford, and he finishes the round quite strongly. Well, there is Andy Till. He's 29, 3 years older than Wally Swift. And up until a week ago, he was still getting up at 4 in the morning to do his milk round and fitting that around his training as well. Action from the first round.
Yes, we've got both men getting off with the jab, and that was a good left hook from Wally Swift there, but Till just took it on the side of his gloves. Some more action here. Maybe that same left hook just landed on the glove of Till. But both men were straight out to their night's work, and some good shots landed by both.
There's his opponent, Wally Swift, who works as a pensions administrator. He's got 11 O-levels and 3 A-levels and studied maths at Manchester University. And he treats boxing as a hobby, some hobby when you're the British champion. Swift in the blue, second round. Every sign, I think, even early on, Glenn, that this is going to boil up into exactly the kind of fight we thought it would be.
Everybody knew it was going to be a great fight. Just by, both men, that's the way they fight. They both make fights of it. They haven't come to pose. So on paper, it was always going to be a great fight. Till's got through with some smashing shots.
Till really exploding at the start of this second round. Really trying to take the play away from Swift. Fast start and got through with a couple of very good meaty head punches, but Swift is not the kind of man to surrender initiative very easily.
No, he comes straight back with some good combinations of his own. Straight after that combination by Till, Swift threw some shots, got off the rope, and then landed his own attack.
One of those punches from Till, though, really did rock Swift back on his heels right at the start of the round. He gets through again. Good right hand.
Yes, he got through with a very good right hand. Now Swift backed him onto the ropes and let him go with his own shots.
The two of them matching each other punch for punch in what is an outstanding second round so far.
We've got shots coming in from all directions by both men, both landing good combinations.
And when you see action like this, you wonder if it can possibly last, and I think there might be facial damage for Swift already.
Yes, it looks like he's picked up a nick just on the outside of on the right-hand side of his right eye. It looks away from trouble. A good right hand from Swift.
That rocked Till. It certainly just stopped him right in his tracks, that right hand that Swift threw. some round, this.
It is all action.
Great right uppercut from Swift. How he's come back from that opening barrage from Till.
Yes, he's landing that straight 1-2, Wally Swift, very well, very crisp. And it stung Andy Till a couple of times during this round.
Back comes Till again. You get the feeling, really, that whatever people paid to get in to see this, it probably wasn't enough.
Oh, they're certainly getting their money's worth. What a tremendous round. And we can just see the cut on Wally Swift's right eye. It's a little bit swollen. It's out of the way of danger. But already we can see the facial damage that he's very prone to.
Well, there were so many punches thrown in that round. It was a grandstand round of boxing, really.
Yes, both men landed with some good right hands, and we've just seen a good right hand from Till. Certainly got the crowd going. There's a smashing right hand, which wobbled Andy Till's legs. Beautifully thrown. The timing was great from Wally Swift.
And there's Wally Senior talking to his son in the corner. They're a no-nonsense partnership, those two. No frills, no graces.
And when you speak to them both, smashing people.
Third round, just to remind you, the champion Wally Swift is in the blue trunks. Swapping hooks at close range. They surely can't repeat the pace of that second round, or can they? Swift looks so positive and sharp, doesn't he?
He looks very sharp. Even when Till mounts an attack, he comes back with, stinging punches of his own. That jab, he's got the jab in the gear now, and it's working very well. But that looks the danger shot from Swift. That sharp right hand. Just then Till unloads with a good barrage of punches of his own.
Two of them, really. If it goes on like this, it may well be a question of which one is worn down first. If anything, the suspicion is that Till is the bigger puncher of the two. Wally Swift, a lot of people have suggested that he's really a welterweight, but he says it's his speed that gets him a lot of his victories up at light middle, 11 stone. That's why he doesn't want to go down.
That's right. He is very, very quick. And a lot of people think of him as a slugger and a tough fighter, but he has good boxing ability. He mixes his shots up very well, but he can't bang enough to hurt Till, as we've seen in the last fight, and as we've already seen in the second round when he buckled his knees.
Big question for Swift, and it's worth emphasizing again, is does his face stand up to this kind of battle? Combinations from Till. Till has been on the floor a fair few times in his career, and he was, remember, in the last fight against Swift.
He's keeping that jab working well. Swift, just as he moves around, he's got to do that. He's got to keep Andy Till unsteady. Nice right hand from Swift.
His hand speed is excellent, Swift.
Yes, he's having some good success with that quick right hand after Till's jab.
He's just finding at the moment that Wally Swift is that wee bit sharper, but it's early yet still. As the bell goes to end the third round, what a fight so far.
Now listen.
Welcome back live to Watford, British light middleweight title fight. and already showing signs of being a cracker. 3 rounds gone. Wally Swift defending his title against Andy Till. Fourth round coming up. Swift in the blue trunks. What happened to that shot? Swift has got a real fighter's face, isn't he? It bears the scars of the battles.
He has, I think both men have. But Wally he has that sort of face which just looks swollen all the time around his eyes. You know, he just has puffy features around his eyes, and that's where he gets the damage.
There were a fair few people writing him off after his European title defeat and saying those eyes and the swellings he gets around them might spell the end of his career, but he just hates that kind of talk, and he has been cleared by the British Board of Control to continue, as you can see, and to pretty good effect so far too.
Yes, he's throwing some good combinations and very quick when he unloads them, and that jab is just teeing everything off. But Till looks very, very strong.
Till did get in there with one significant right hand, and now he's trying to slow Swift down with body shots.
Swift's really trying to use his strength now. He's pushing forward, throwing lots of big shots. But Swift's managing to keep tucked up and keep using that jab.
He looks nice and composed, doesn't he, Till? He looks like a man who's boxing to a plan and thinks he's going to come on stronger and stronger and stronger the longer this goes on.
That's right, and he's coming on very strong this round. All dominating from the centre of the ring. Starting to land that jab now.
Now there's a cut by, looks like the mouth and nose of Swift, can't see which. He does tend to get banged up, and Swift here getting with some good shots, particularly the right uppercut. Good round for Swift, this one so far. Ooh, hefty right.
Yes, he's stopping Swift using the jab, because every time Swift tries to use that quick double jab, Till finds him with a big right hand.
I tell you what, if Swift wins this, they'll go bananas in here, won't they?
Oh, the atmosphere is absolutely electric. Nice couple of quick shots from Swift. Fast hands. But he's starting to bang up a little bit around the nose.
Be worth just taking a close look at Swift's face between the rounds to see just how much damage there is. He was caught by another right hand there. And this is a bad round for the champion. Swift having to hold on and gain a few seconds there.
Yeah, Till's getting some good success, using that right hand very well. Not going wild, just throwing it in control.
Till's best round yet. Now there's the face of Swift, and he is slightly the worse for wear, more than slightly really.
Yes, he took some hefty punches during that round, and he started to see the effect. He's cut by the side of the right eye. There are one or two cuts around the rest of his face. Look at that right hand from Till. Yes, Swift, and again he doubled it up. And you could really feel that one hurt Swift. And he kept the pressure on Till throughout that round. A very big round for him.
Now there's Wally Swift's mum Sheila and her lucky blouse. She's never seen her son lose when she's worn that. Will that record be maintained tonight? They've wiped away the blood. It doesn't look so bad, but that is quite a nasty slit there by the right eye, Glenn, isn't it?
It does. It doesn't look that deep, but it looks as if it's maybe growing a little bit. It's just stretching along the eye.
Will Swift's face hold out here, really, in this kind of furious punch-for-punch fight? Great intensity, great hunger for both of these men, with the British Championship on the line.
That's his key punch at the minute, Andy Till, that right hand that he's thrown, and that's just eliminating Swift's jab.
Swift can't afford another round like that last one, can he?
No, he's really got to start getting back in command, using that jab more, trying to put his shots together. Because Till's coming through very well, hasn't got any marks yet, where Swift's starting to bang up quite considerably.
Worth remembering, I think, that Swift is very battle-hardened. He's been abroad and won. He's beaten the former European champion Alfonso Redondo in Madrid. He's been there before in this kind of atmosphere, and he's come through. But can he come through a battle like this one?
Yes, he's a tough pro with a great temperament, and he's a good champion. And one thing's for sure, I don't see him giving in. Fabulous right hand there from Swift. But Till looks so strong, is managing to absorb Swift shots and cover up very well.
Till putting the pressure on again. We're just wondering whether Swift might have something wrong with his right hand. He's hardly thrown that in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
He landed with a good right hand halfway through this round, and it just seemed to drop by his side as he threw it. So maybe he heard it then.
Just watch this for a moment. See how many rights Swift in the blue trunks throws.
Yes,
now there's one.
One more.
But he is favouring the left, there's no doubt about that.
Well, a smart fighter, even if he hurts his right hand, will still use it a little bit, just to try and keep the opponent from becoming aware of that.
Till has the look at the moment of a man who's fancying this job more and more.
He does look the stronger at this moment, and he's pressing forward all the time.
A Lonsdale bout outright for Swift if he can win it, but can he? Poor old Wally Swift looks like a war casualty, doesn't he, in that corner?
Yes, well, as we've seen him bang up so many times before, he looks pretty good as to normal.
I think that right eye might be just starting to close a little bit.
Yes, his eyes do get like that. I mean, he's a little bit lucky. It's well out of the way. It's right on the side of the eye.
You're watching this live on Sky Sports from Watford Town Hall, the British Light Middleweight Championship. Wally Swift, the champion, with a real battle on his hands, as we thought it would be, against Andy Till, the fighting milkman. Till's strength looks quite awesome tonight, doesn't he?
He looks very, very strong. They've been saying in training that he's looked well and looked strong and pushed his pom-poms about, and it shows tonight.
He's been really hyped up for the fight as well. His trainer Johnny Bloomfield was telling me earlier that they had to give him a couple of days off at one stage because they were frightened that he was going to peak too soon, as it were, for the fight.
That is a problem with fighters. You've got to be very careful when you're bringing them on. You've got to know when to ease them off, when they're getting a bit too keen. And it looks like they've done a good job on Andy Till. But as you said, Wally Swift's a tough pro. He's been in adverse situations before and come through. And there's a long way to go yet tonight.
Well, I think Till quite fancies these toe-to-toe exchanges at the moment. Still fighting almost one-handed, Swift, with that left hand.
Yes, he's not doing much with that right hand, and he'd had some good success in the early rounds with that, and that was the right hand that put Till down in their last encounter. So if he has got damage with that hand, that could be very important in this fight.
We'll maybe find out a bit more about that afterwards, what the damage is. It seems to be some. Till completely unmarked by comparison. Stone-faced by name, and by the look of it by nature as well in there.
Yes, well, he's doing a very good job of covering up. You know, he hasn't allowed Swift to catch him many times over the last couple of rounds. Yes, he's definitely looking by Swift's face when he threw that right hand. It's giving him some pain when he throws it. He dropped it straight away after connecting.
Swift definitely looks the worse for wear. He doesn't look that fresh. Till is ominously strong, and you just wonder whether this title is going to change hands tonight.
Yes, Swift is all left hands. He just threw about 6 left jabs there to get out of trouble.
So courageous, Swift, really. He's fighting obviously with this injury, all those cuts as well. The latest problem for Wally Swift, as if he didn't have enough, is a swelling by the other eye as well. Look at the right eye, that looks to be closing. There's a swelling by the left. I just wonder whether even in a British Championship fight with his title on the line, whether he might be pulled out later on if things don't improve for him.
Yes, well, he's certainly in all sorts of problems. Both eyes closing, and looks to have some damage to the right hand.
If Swift can win this one, you really would have to take your hat off to him. This is the 7th round, due to go 12, of course. Till coming forward all the time. Swift really just has to hang on in there and hope somehow he can break the spirit of this man.
Yes, and it's coming. He's going to have to use his boxing a little more. He's got to step to the side and use that jab. I don't think he can match Andy Till for strength, so he hasn't got to do that. He'll use his nice crisp boxing. He's using that left hand very well. Jabs and hooks to body and head. But will it be enough?
Till enjoying the job inside. More punishment for Swift. Till leaning on, and with his strength, all that must be just weakening Swift bit by bit as well.
Good left hook from Swift, and we see there when he threw the right hand, he shook it. What a tremendous fight.
The champion isn't done with yet.
Well, I think one thing that nobody could ever question about Wally Swift was his heart.
Tremendously courageous fighter who's always given outstanding value for money and not really got an awful lot of publicity for his pains.
That's right. It looks like Swift is a mortal. It looks like he could have picked up a little welt under his left eye, or even a little cut. Just to see a reddening under the eye.
Yeah. Really, his face is just breaking out in little nicks and cuts, some of them more serious than others. Swellings by the eyes. Till pressure, pressure, pressure all the way, and quite fancying the brawl inside. Oh, left hook, Till. Swift again just pumping out that jab, doubling, trebling up on it, trying to keep Till away from him.
Yes, he's pumping it out. That, at the moment, that looks like that's all he's got, all he can use. That fast left jab. And he's using it desperately as Till just swarms on in, using his strength, pulls Swift around to the ring.
He's fighting one-handed, remember, Swift as well. Welcome back live to Watford Town Hall. This is the face of the British light middleweight champion, Wally Swift. And yet again, very puffed up. And it's getting to the point, really, where his vision could be obscured quite soon.
Yes, we could see Swift's father working on that cut that he's just picked up the last round underneath the left eye during the end of the round there. So he's getting damage on the right eye, above and below the left eye, and also problems on the nose, as well as having a damaged right hand. So he's really in trouble. whereas Andy Till looks, you know, basically unmarked and very, very strong.
Left hook from Swift, just to show that he still has some menace.
And again. Good jab from Swift, just managed to stop Till in his tracks.
That's what he's got to do, isn't it? Just jab, 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 jab and move and try to stop Till closing the range on him.
He's just got to pump it out as often as he can, throw the odd left hook in to keep Till off balance. But it is going to be very hard for him in the last half of the fight to hang in there.
One of Swift's problems is he is definitely not a puncher. Only 7 of his 25 wins have come by stoppage or knockout. So he usually has to do it the long way round, and he's just going to have to keep on work here and hope somehow his face holds up and he can nick it on points.
That's right, and I think if he had a chance of decking or hurting Andy Till, it was going to become with the right hand, and it looks like that's gone now with it being damaged.
Swift's done rather better in this round though, with that left jab and then getting in with the left hook as well, fighting, we think, with a damaged right hand, almost certainly.
Yes, well, the point's got to come when Till starts to tire. And if Swift's fitness is still good, he can still keep using that left jab and the left hook. Using it very well there. 3 left jabs and a left hook to follow.
This is Swift's round so far.
Yes, he's doing better. Till's just shut up shop and isn't coming forward as much. The jab's managing to steady Andy Till up.
Just getting outworked in this round, Till, so another little fluctuation in this excellent British title fight. Of course, every punch that Till throws is being cheered to the echo by his home fans, packed into this intimate, atmospheric arena.
Till's working with that right uppercut in close. A damaging punch. And a very good round.
Swift's round, I think.
I think it was. I think he did more of the work. He used that jab constantly. And that was quite a decent round for him.
I must say, in the last 6 minutes, this man has come back astonishingly well. You would have thought, really, with those injuries, and you've only got to look at his face to see them, you don't need a caption for that, do you? You'd think, really, that the whole thing would just slip away from him and he would fold. But if anything, he's come back pretty strongly in the last couple of rounds.
Yeah, well, the good thing from Wally Swift is he's always had that problem, so he's well used to it. So he'll just shut his mind off to it.
Now, you saw him pumping away with that left jab in that round. That was quite typical of Swift's action.
There we have Till getting the best of the work inside. That uppercut, which he's used very well.
About to come out for the 9th round. Dad Wally is having to perform wonders in that corner to keep his son fit to fight, because there's nothing he can do about the right hand. It may, for all we know, be broken.
But all due to him, with all the damage he's got on the bad hand, he's still managing to use that left hand very well. And as we said, probably even won the last round with it. And I had him drawn the round before. So he's still very much in the fight.
Yeah, there's not a great deal in it, I would say. Referee Mickey Van is there. He's the one whose opinion will count here. Once again, Till trying to rough his man up inside.
Well, Till has the success when he uses his bowling tactics. When he gets close to Swift and works inside, uses his strength, he comes out the better of the two. But give Swift any sort of distance and he uses that left jab and that left hook very well.
With good speed as well. They're difficult punches to slip.
He's still got his speed, and he doesn't, in the middle part of the fight, he started to look, his work got a little raggy, but it isn't now. Now he's looking crisp and the jab's working well.
Almost grotesquely swollen now around the face. Wally Swift. But what a champion's performance he's put up in the last 2 or 3 rounds here to come back into this just as Till looked to be moving into the box seat in a big way.
So much hard when many a fighter could have quit. True measure to the man of what a tremendous heart. Just, still be in the fight and still be in with a chance of winning.
Maybe Swift himself is, Till rather himself, is just beginning to tire a wee bit. He's breathing a bit more heavily now, Till.
He is, and he's certainly not getting as much shots. And it's very noticeable that he's not walking forward, using his strength as much. We're starting to see that Swift is matching him. And also, I can just make out, I think Andy Till has a swelling under his right eye. Just come up very quick there.
Have a closer look at that maybe between the rounds. See if we can detect any facial damage for Till. Yeah, a little bit of a swelling underneath the right eye. Quite effective with those right uppercuts inside Till as they go back to the corner. Other corner, please. Now there is Till, and they're working away. You were right, well spotted, Glenn.
Yes,
swelling under the right eye.
They've got the eye now. They're going to try and push it out of the way. It's gone quite red, and it looks like it's a little bit above and below. You see Harry Holland working on the swelling at the top. Just of that left eye. So he's starting to pick up some damage himself. There's a little scratch as well, just on the inside of the nose.
It's nothing really at all, is it, though, in comparison to the injuries that poor old Swift is carrying?
No, but...
Ice there on the swellings.
They're going to run out of ice bags to put on the swellings on Wally Swift before long.
They could raid the Arctic or something. They might need to. I don't know about you. I think that Swift's come back so well, I've just got him a little bit in front again now.
Yeah, well, I had the fight dead level. Just a few rounds to go, dead level. But he is coming back in this fight, Wally Swift. And it will give him a little bit more confidence to see that his punches are starting to get through to Andy Till, and he's starting to get marked up.
Oh, there were some good punches to the head there from Till. And he's starting to unload a bit on Swift there. Swift wants to keep this on the outside. Jab and move, and then away.
Yes, he's got to keep that little bit of distance between the two of them. That's where he gets his most effective work. But Andy's still looking very strong.
Another great fight between them.
A tremendous fight. And these two have put on 2 absolute classics.
They hit the glove, those punches from Swift. They're in the home stretch now, and it really is, isn't it? A battle of wills and desire.
It is a very, very tough fight.
Right cross from Till.
A measure to both men's fitness. Kept this one going throughout.
Who has got the stronger finish now? It looks to me now as if those eye injuries, facial injuries of Swift are going to last somehow. But Till has begun to get back into some better work in this round.
It sways one way then the other. Till comes with some good work inside, and then Swift gets some nice combinations on the outside.
And the swelling underneath that left eye of Till just gets that wee bit worse.
He's trying to box a little bit more, Wally Swift. Keep the distance I think he senses Andy Till's getting a little bit tired.
Been fighting at a tremendous pace, haven't they? It's a tribute really to the fitness and conditioning of both fighters.
Oh, they've worked fabulously well throughout this bout. Just coming in the final seconds of this round. Another great round from both men.
Bell goes to end another terrific round. Swift going back to his corner for more repairs, running repairs on that face of his. Incidentally, we're just overrunning a little bit on ringside tonight. I'm sure you'll understand that we're going to stick with this exciting action. If you're waiting for the German football, it does, of course, follow immediately afterwards. They're working on Andy Till as well. I think that's going to be okay. Now then, who's leading this thing?
Well, that was a good round from Till. Swift is back in the fight and is very close, but I think Till might just be fractionally ahead. Maybe just one round. There's some of the good work from Till. You know, left to right and then a right uppercut. He just did a little bit of the stronger work inside that round. Another good right uppercut.
Yes, he was very effective with that punch.
He's used it throughout and it's worked well inside.
The comparatively unmarked face of Andy Till, who is the WBC International Champion at the moment. Swift, the British champion. 2 rounds left in this thing. And I think we can expect here 6 minutes of furious action, because I think they both know that the destiny of the title tonight could depend on what happens now.
I mean, could you believe that they could up the pace and they've started this round at a higher pace? No man wants to give way here.
He's got a cut mouth now as well, Swift. Needed 9 stitches in his bottom lip when he beat Tony Collins. Crowd trying to lift Till. He's on home territory here. Sharp left hook from Swift. And still, he's hardly throwing his right hand.
No, for the last, several of the last rounds, he's been a one-arm fighter, and yet he's done remarkably well. It's all went wrong for him tonight, but through sheer guts, he's kept in this fight and worked hard throughout, and is still very much in there.
Well, if Wally Swift does win this, it would have to go down as one of the most courageous and indeed skilled performances we've seen in quite a while. Till is still working very, very hard in pursuit of his dream. Right uppercuts working for him again.
Yes, he's still managing to put some combinations together and work hard with that inside.
Both landing with left hooks. Maybe Till's the better punch.
Yes, Till's managing, just looks stronger in this round. He's managed to keep in close with Swift. Just then Swift unloads with 6 or 7 good shots of his own.
Swift coming on strong, and Till was even smiling in there at that point.
I think he's smiling to think, can this man still do this at this time of the fight?
Whatever happens at the end of it, these two men will have fantastic respect for each other. In fights like this, there is almost a fusion of spirits.
And what a tremendous fight. It's just a pleasure to witness it.
What a round. Well, blood, guts, character, courage. It's got the lot, this one. And there's only 3 minutes left of it. That's Andy Till. He's tired now, of course. And if he does win this title, Swift will have made him work so very, very hard for it.
Yes, Till could be just ahead, and it could be going in the last round. It could be his fight. But as you say, what a job and what a performance Wally Swift has put up. He certainly hasn't given this title away.
Here's some of that action again. Those good left hooks from Swift, and I think he just about did enough maybe to win that last round.
It was a very good round.
The 12th round, the final 3 minutes. The 11-stone British Light Middleweight Championship is on the line, and there cannot have been very many better fights for this title than the one you're witnessing live on Sky Sports tonight. Gum Shield has come out for Andy Till. That will give them both a little respite. Harry Holland there in the corner, gives it a rinse, puts it back in. Johnny Bloomfield, the trainer, has a little word as well. Could very easily depend on this last round. How did you have it going into the last, Glenn?
I had Till just ahead. I think Swift needs a really big round to win, otherwise it's Andy Till's going to be the new British champion.
I thought I had it to Swift just, so that's the kind of fight it is.
Well, the referee has such a job on his hands.
He really does. Till is the home fighter. That should not be significant, but sometimes is, of course. Not so much in Britain. You sense too that this big crowd know that it's in the balance.
Oh, the atmosphere is fabulous. Both fighters have given their absolute all. Both are very, very tight and yet still managing to throw shots.
Well, this is such a good battle that you could envisage there might even be a third one between them.
Yes, well, that's one possibility. We haven't looked at the possibility of a draw.
Now Till trying to unload, pin Swift on the ropes, but Swift refusing to be dominated. Oh, those are good punches from Till. He's coming on strong. Last minute.
A good left right. Threw everything he had into them two shots.
The bloodied, one-handed champion, Swift. The courageous bulldog spirit of Andy Till. And it's close. We'll know in 20 seconds who's got this. They're fighting each other almost to a standstill here.
A tremendous finish from both men. Both throwing shots right to the final bell.
Now, how about this? Bell any second. Still Swift. His mouth now gushing blood.
What a fight to try and pick a winner.
The bell goes to end it, and Till has got it. Andy Till is the new British light middleweight champion, and huge celebrations are unleashed. And straight away, look at that spirit. Till is the first man to put his arms around Swift. They hug in an embrace of mutual respect. Johnny Bloomfield, all the days and years of working with Andy Till have paid off with a British championship. It was very, very close, I would venture to suggest. And Andy Till will have the Lonsdale belt put around his waist. Your heart, I must say, does go out to Wally Swift. Fighting with such courage with those injuries. What a way to lose your title.
It is. He fought fantastic with them injuries and the damaged right hand. But all credit to Andy Till. He showed his strength. He's obviously worked long and hard to win this. He said it was a treasured possession to win the British title, and he deserves it. He's worked so hard.
Posing for the photographs you'll see in your morning papers, or some of them anyway, tomorrow morning. The huge irony is that sometimes the national press pays scant attention to these British Championship fights these days. Well, they missed a cracker if they weren't here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee scores Wally Swift 117.5 points, Andy Till 118 points. The new light middleweight champion of Great Britain, Andy Till.
Well, pay tribute to this man. He's worked so long, he's paid his dues in this business, and just to interpret that score,
Present the championship belt.
5 rounds to 4 with 3 even. 5 rounds to 4 with 3 even. So there was 1 round in it. It was every bit as close as we thought. But at the end of it, Andy Till is the British champion. And I wouldn't mind taking a little bit of a bet that Wally Swift may get a very early chance to regain his title. I tell you what, wherever they hold it, it'll sell the place out. That's the WBC International belt. He's got a British Championship belt as well. What a fight, and there's his wife. They'll have a real celebration, I'm sure. Well, what a fight. I wonder what the two Garys made of it all.
Well, you can hardly hear yourself think up here, I tell you. I got it right, but what a tremendous contest.
Well, listen, Gary, he's come down from Birmingham, fought for 6 rounds with 1 hand, and still did not lose it, in my opinion. A very close fight, and I'm not disagreeing with the referee, but surely you can't take a man's British title away from him like that. Look at the courage he showed.
Ian made the very, very true point. It's all set up for a third.
Well, no,
so
there has got to be a third. It's honestly, the fighters from the Midlands, they normally come down there, the odds are stacked against them under normal circumstances. He's fought his heart out. He's fought with 1 hand from round 6. And all due respect to Andy Till, because Andy Till, he took the fight to him and he made a fight of it. But I'm just gutted that the people of Birmingham have had to lose their title in that way. Very, very sad.
Well, I'm pleased for Andy, but whatever you say, it was a tremendous fight and it was here on Sky Sports. It's a pity there's got to be a loser, and after the break, we'll try and talk to the winner, the new British light middleweight champion, Andy Till. Welcome back to ringside. If you're ready for the German football, it will follow immediately. We're just going to try and get an interview with Andy Till. But Gary, we've said it already, tremendous atmosphere. We knew it was going to be a good fight. But, you know, you're absolutely right. A lot of credit to Wally Swift.
Yeah. Listen, firstly, if you've tuned in to watch the German football, this is what you'll get if you tune in earlier. But no, Andy Till, he fought a very hard fight, very hard case. Every time he got hurt, he came straight back and he fired back. He was here, he was fighting to the death, as is an expression, and they were both prepared to do that. This is a British title, very few people get the chance to fight for it, and these two fighters were credits to fight for the British title. As we said before, this is obviously going to be one of the best fights that we've seen, but I'm still so disappointed that Wally Swift had to lose it by such a close margin after showing the ability that he did, winning the fight fighting with 1 hand from round 6. You know, I'm so disappointed, and I'm disappointed as well for his father. You know.
I agree with you, but we've got Andy Till standing by. He's downstairs. Let's hear what he's going to do now. He's with Ian Dart.
Well, congratulations, Andy. That was a tremendous fight. Just tell us the story from your point of view, if you've still got breath to tell it.
Yeah, it's a terrific fight, and I'm just pleased I beat one of the best champions around at this time, Wally Swift. There's no chatting about him, he's a true champion. I'm just pleased I beat him.
You showed tremendous courage, so did he. I mean, it was a bloody, gory kind of classic, but very memorable stuff.
Yeah, well, that's the way we fight. And it's a good way of fighting, I think.
Did you notice in that fight he was hardly throwing right hands from about the 4th round on? Did he seem to have some sort of injury?
Yeah, his hand, I think, on my head. Got a bit of an hard head.
It was very close at the end. What were you thinking when the final bell won? Did you feel you'd got it or what?
Well, I went to sleep a bit between 8, 9 and 10. And the manager and trainer said, you've got to get going on the 11th and 12th, otherwise it ain't mine. And that's exactly what I done. I got going. And by the time the end of the 12th come, I knew I'd done enough to win the fight.
It's amazing, really, after a battle like that, when you look at his face, you're almost unmarked, apart from that little swelling under the left eye.
Yeah, but you're going to be, after having a war like that, you're going to be a little bit marked up, aren't you?
You're not going to go back to the milkman's duties tomorrow morning after a fight like that, are you?
No, I'm going to have a day off.
Just the one day?
Yeah. I'd just like to say, this is a nice present for my wife on our 9th wedding anniversary today. We married 9 years.
Oh, congratulations. I didn't know that. Wedding anniversary present too. British title, you can't do better than that.
No, that's lovely, isn't it?
Brilliant stuff. Let's bring in Harry Holland here, who's guided your career. Harry, what's the future now for Andy Till? He's paid his dues in this business. He's waited a long time. Might you project him on now into the world title picture even?
That's right. We've been talking to Pansy, the Pansy I know, who's Cedric Cushner's world champion at the moment. We're pretty close. We've been talking about the IBM Championship. So hopefully we'll get him a world title shot. He deserves it. He's worked hard for it. He's waited a long time. I'm sure it comes. I think Sky viewers have enjoyed it. I think you'll see a lot more of Andy Till. And we'll be going straight after Cedric Cushner, see if we've sorted this world title out.
Andy's got something to say about that world title opportunity.
No, I'd just like to say thank you to my trainer, Johnny Bloomfield. Yeah. He stuck by me over the last 6 or 7 weeks, training me nearly every day, bar Saturdays. 8 weeks he just righted me, put me right. And thank you very much, John.
And a final word in condolence for Wally Swift, because what a fight he put up to.
Wally's a true champion, and I'm just sorry he had to fight me on his last defence of the title because I knew he weren't going to win it.
All right.
And it would have been nice for him to win the belt, but that's how it goes. Thanks, Wally.
Thanks very much to everybody.
Yeah, Andy, tremendous fight that, and congratulations on the wedding anniversary too. Now Gary Norman.
Well, he's got a few battle scars, hasn't he? They're talking about a world title shot. We're going to take a quick break, and then Gary and I will close things out. See you in a moment. Welcome back. German football follows very shortly. Interesting to hear Andy Till say the respect that he had for Wally Swift. All boxers have respect, especially Andy Till.
Well, do you know the funny thing, there's a saying, you cannot have a victory unless there is a battle. And I think a great deal of respect goes to both of those men for putting up a show that surely can only be considered a battle.
Till's got world title aspirations. Do you think he's capable of it?
Well, it'd be very difficult. Lloyd Honeyghan was here tonight to watch this fight, and I think Lloyd Honeyghan may be realistically going to challenge the winner of this fight. But firstly, we want to make sure that there is a rematch before Honeyghan jumps in.
We'll do what we can. And a great anniversary present for Andy Till. 9th wedding anniversary, him and his lovely wife.
Well, there's nothing more you can have on your 9th anniversary but a wedding present of the British title belt. And I think it'll go down as maybe their best anniversary ever.
Yeah. There's lots of good, exciting action to come on ringside. Here's a little clue what's coming up very, very shortly. October the 1st, Julio Cesar Chavez, Hector Camacho had a few letters asking if we were going to get that fight. We've got it. You know where to watch it. Well, that's all from us here at Watford Town Hall. I hope you enjoyed the boxing as much as Gary and I have. Ringside's back next week, a slightly later time. I'm losing my voice, I'll get it back by next week. For all you fellow Chelsea fans, don't forget Super Sunday's Premier League game against Manchester City, and of course live rugby league action tomorrow night when Hull take on Warrington. From all of us at Watford, good night, see you next week.